AnchorRadio.com.
Shut up, just shut up, shut up, 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 shut up, just shut up, shut up.
Woohoo!
What
Wow.
happened to the applause
What
music?
happened to what, did you kill the audience, John? Are they
Without
dead?
them, I can't. Wait a minute. Where's that camera? What happened to it? I'm back over here.
Oh, hello.
Well, we are doing a show on selfies, so I'm just
Because it's
trying-
all about Deborah. Oh, the camera must follow me wherever I go.
Oh,
Take my
please.
picture,
Oh,
would you?
yeah, while Dorothy's putting on her lipstick.
She
getting
has to
camera
look good
ready.
for radio, for heaven's sakes. Do you want Dorothy to look
If you're gonna
bad?
take
I got
one-
my hair blown out for radio.
Hey, I'm not in this one.
Okay, here we go. I'm trying to get everybody. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Okay,
Super.
done.
Very nice.
Can we-
Hi, everyone. I'm
can we
Anna
start?
Garcia.
I'm Deborah Cobelt.
You never know which of your names to use.
I know Deborah Zara Cobelt. I'm like Hillary Rodham
You don't
Clinton.
have to use all
Not
of
quite,
them.
but yes,
but I like
you do
Zara.
have a lot of names.
You know, it's like it's.
It
such
is a good
great
name.
It's
Well,
one
that's
of
how
my
I
favorite
know you.
I
stores.
can't help it that his name is Cobelt. It's like I'd rather just be Deborah Zara, but then
Is that not okay? Do you want me
His
to move?
being your famous husband that we had dinner with this week. Deborah's husband is John
did?
of John
Oh,
and Ken.
yeah.
And
I forgot.
Anna and I went to talk to him, and
You have
never
lipstick
let
on
him-
your teeth.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you,
because
friend.
people will see that.
And you never let on radio. You never let him speak the entire time we were there.
It was it's unbelievable. John cannot get a word in edgewise, and it was like
We
being
went
at a haunted house,
We went
right?
to seek his advice, and the man never spoke the entire
He
dinner.
never said a word. Never said a word. And then there's thunder and lightning.
Oh, and there was
Are
hail.
you-
it was
Are
hail.
you-
It was like it was
Weird.
the weirdest night.
Are you people done?
No, actually.
No, we have a whole hour.
No, I guess it's like rag on Deborah.
No,
hour.
but the dinner was delicious. But
Thank
it's
you.
true. You didn't let poor John say a word.
What? He got a lot in. Little
Really?
bit, when I let him.
He kept
yeah.
saying to you, Deborah, would you let me finish?
I was
Deborah,
gonna,
would
I
you
was
let
gonna
me
kick
finish?
you under the table, but I couldn't reach you because you have a really big, fancy table.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks
what
for
else
having
to
us.
say.
Oh, thanks for having us.
You know, Dorothy and I went to the movies last night. It's the first time ever that Dorothy and I have gone to the movies.
did you
We
see?
did. We had a little date. We went to a screening, and I will never bring her to another screener because A, she's loud.
What?
See?
It was the worst
What, she
movie
doesn't
ever,
shut up?
and the seats were horrible.
She did not shut up.
Yeah.
And she laughed at inappropriate parts, and she hated it and wanted to leave and go have a drink.
I did.
10 minutes into the movie.
I wanted to leave.
Drunk.
It's Tomorrowland with George
Oh,
Clooney.
I want to see that.
No,
Oh,
you
my
don't.
Lord!
I don't.
No,
Is it
you
that
don't want to see
bad?
it. Yes, you do not want to see it.
You know what? It's not terrible. It's actually a sweet movie.
It could have been so much better. It just
I know
missed the
nothing
mark.
about it except George Clooney.
No, it's about the future. There you go. But here's the thing about going to the movies with Dorothy. She buys this big tub of popcorn, right? And you're going
Which
to
I
share.
put a lot of butter in.
And
Ew.
salt. It was salt, butter, and a little popcorn.
It's popcorn.
Oh my God, there was no popcorn in your bucket.
Oh, that
There
would've
was
made-
nothing but salt granules and imitation butter. It
Okay,
was-
I'm so glad I wasn't there. You were
I
eating
know.
too much popcorn and butter. You wanted to go out and get drunk.
Hey, it was not.
And
such
I
a
was
big-
at home probably talking too much. So
We're probably
there
trying to
you
call
go.
us or something.
And what else have we done this week? Didn't we have another charity event? Because I feel we've had one every day.
I don't. I know we have one tomorrow. We're doing a
Tomorrow.
roast.
Looking forward to
Are
that.
you going to that?
Absolutely. I just didn't buy my tickets yet. But yes,
Okay,
I
so
already told her.
We're
I'm
roasting
in.
Linda Deutsch, who
So
is the
great.
dean of reporters in Los Angeles and beyond.
And court reporters for the Associated Press.
Yeah, she's like our Helen Thomas, and this is a
She's
big
amazing.
responsibility. And we have done jack shit. We were supposed to
That's
start it
not
last
true.
night.
I have written my part, and Dorothy
We
only
were supposed
started
to do it
writing.
last night, and then we actually drove past Linda's house, and we almost did a ding dong ditch.
But doesn't she live like across the street from you or something?
Yes, she
Yeah,
does,
of
and
course.
so does the mayor. I was going to get him in on it to see if he would go in and ring her
Oh,
doorbell.
you should.
I know, right?
Oh, then John will be there. That should be
Oh,
fun.
I know what I had this week. Oh, John, you have a picture. My son went to prom.
Oh my gosh!
Now
that
tell
is
me
so sweet.
if this does not look like a wedding photo, because it just scared me a little bit.
Oh, it does. I wore it just like that in my junior prom. I know what you mean.
It's not a wedding.
wedding.
It's prom, but that is
But
my
you
son,
get an
and he's
idea.
incredibly gorgeous.
Very
Does she know
cute.
that she's like going to be on the show and everywhere? To the
She has more Instagram and Twitter followers
Than our
than we
podcast?
would ever hope.
Maybe she'll help us out a little bit because we could use that.
Oh, that's adorable.
That is
Ours
Mariah
is this
Fisher,
weekend.
gorgeous girl.
So I've got one funny story to tell you. So, you know, I wrote this story for the Huffington Post about this very unusual ramen place in Tokyo. It's a very unusual experience. And yesterday, Huffington Post Japan reached out to me and said, we want to translate your blog for Japan into Japanese, but we don't understand your title. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a play on words. You can't translate.
I read it. What was the title? I don't remember.
I'd ramen be alone.
That's great.
I'd
I
ramen,
love it.
and they cannot figure out how to translate this. Like so much of my humor and so much of my and there's the
Does not
reference
translate into
Japanese. And I don't understand why they want this in Japan because
Well, you were there.
well I was
Is that a guest calling in? Someone
someone
calling you?
calling?
It's
Do you
a
need to
friend
take
who
that?
wanted to come, but I don't know what happened to her. Maybe she's trying to get
maybe
into the
she's-
building.
Oh, we have a caller? Wait a minute. Let me find
Wait.
out who that is. Hold on. Is that Susan and or Lisa?
It's Susan now, and I think Lisa too.
Oh, wonderful. Hi, it's Anna.
Hi, Anna.
and Deborah and Dorothy.
So I'm going to explain why Susan and Lisa are on the phone. I was flying from somewhere a few weeks ago and I read something in a magazine about this article and I thought to myself, this item, and I said, what is this thing? So I contacted the manufacturers and said, I do this show. Would you send us some for our co-host? So I have for you, courtesy of, hold on, of our friends who I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Oh, I love presents, even if they're.
Okay. No, and so Lisa and
it's
Susan are
exciting.
in on that.
Because the last gift I got from you was a selfie stick, and we will be discussing
We
selfies
will
coming
be.
up.
Okay.
Yes,
and
our
this
guest is
one- and
patiently
this-
waiting.
And this is for Deborah, and they've been annoying me this whole week trying to figure out what it
Annoying.
is that I got
Oh my
them.
God, can I open it?
Yes, open it
Oh my
because
gosh.
and remember the creators are on the phone.
Is it a boob? What is it?
No, these are panties to enhance your butt.
Oh, I
I
love
thought it
it.
went here.
Oh my God, like I need that. That's already big enough.
It's called Booty Pop.
Oh, I love it. Oh, this
Is
is
this
brilliant.
hilarious?
Are these in like?
Yes, open them.
Does
only have
everyone
one
really
booty
want the Kim Kardashian ass?
Apparently so. And you
Oh
guys
my
didn't even
gosh.
notice I'm wearing them.
No, let me. Because you were sitting down when
Well,
we came
look,
in. Turn
okay,
around.
So I'm look.
Okay, so
Oh.
what do we do with these? Like, oh wow. Oh, it's actual underwear.
It's underwear with pads. It's like bra pads, but for your butt.
Well, now, if I need the help up here, would it be inappropriate if I wore it
I'm
this
telling
way?
you, you can almost cut this and put it around. Like that's the first thing I thought of.
I know,
I
you know,
don't need.
you
help
don't
there.
need the help.
I do not need the help there.
Lisa and Susan, I was thinking the same thing when I put them on today. I was like, this kind of feels like a bra, but for my butt.
Oh,
It's absolutely. It's the padded bra for the booty. So the same way women have no qualms about wearing a padded bra. You basically can't even
She's
find a bra
brilliant.
that's not padded these days. Why not pad your booty if that's the look that's in now?
do you have to wear a different size pant? I mean, is it subtle
No.
or okay?
I want
Try
to
it
go.
with your
put this
jeans.
on.
You don't have to. You know how jeans when
I'm
you wear jeans
so-
it squishes your behind and you get that flat look instead of that fab look.
But I
so
so-
put it on with your jeans and you'll get that perfect pop.
I
I
think
so
this is the
barely
funniest.
squish into my jeans. I don't know if there's any extra room.
Do I need one of these? I think I have a big butt too.
Well, I thought so. I wore them today for the first time, and I'm wearing them now. And
They're
I have.
comfy, huh?
Well, here you can feel my butt.
I did.
Right.
And you didn't even feel me
I
feeling
didn't.
it.
Like you could grope me, and I wouldn't know it because I have this thick pad on my
Oddly,
butt.
I did
look at
grope
the
you.
picture that they have with this.
See,
Flat
before
butt.
and after. And they sent us like extra pads. Like, don't you have a panty that has some of these are removable?
Yes, we actually have our new version. We have removable pads because what we did is we offer the option to have 40% larger pad because it's unbelievable how many women call us up and they say, we want even bigger booties. Because look at Nicki Minaj, look at Kim Kardashian. They've taken the booty to a whole other level. And just having, an adequate sized booty doesn't seem good enough.
In
I
my
mean, people-
life, I have never said, please make my ass bigger.
I mean, growing up,
I-
right? The idea was to have the
But I can't wait to
smallest
try it.
ass.
But is that a generational thing, do you think?
You know, it used to be that women would want the booty to disappear. They never even thought about
Yeah.
what it looked like. You just didn't want to have one. And now people are so conscious of the shape. So it's not only about the size, it's about that shape. They want that round, lifted, curvy look. They want that pop.
lifted is
look on the
good.
red carpet. Look at the celebrities, the way they pose now. It's no longer about the cleavage. It's about that side profile of their perky pop booty.
I did.
I'm here, by the way, guys.
Oh,
Lisa
Hi,
just
Lisa.
answered the call.
hi, Lisa.
Hi, am I talking to Anna?
Yeah, you're on with Anna, Dorothy, and Deborah.
Deborah.
I love that you
Okay.
forgot her
Hi,
name.
I'm
everyone.
like, well, there's 100 people in here. I'm like,
When Kim Kardashian wore that, and you'll be like, which see-through gown? Because there were several. But she and
Right.
Beyonce, when they wore those see-through gowns to the Met Gala, everybody was talking about side butt. You're right. No side cleavage, side butt.
Absolutely.
Okay, what
That's
are
the look.
they? What were they rocking in that? Because they were really like had that curve thing going. I mean,
I think with them, it's them.
it's them or it's something enhanced in them. I mean,
I know
it
you
is
guys
really,
would probably know.
Well, that's everybody's
I
beauty
would say-
secret.
okay. So how did you guys make the decision to come up with this? Like, were you just literally taking, chicken cutlets from your bras and sticking them in your pants, and this is how you came up with it, or what was the concept and what was that aha moment?
So, Lisa, why don't you tell them about the story about
What?
the booty?
Okay, basically, how we got this going was we were actually talking about Susan had read something. I believe it was the New York Times at the time, right? Is that correct, Susan? Or Wall
Yeah,
Street
that
Journal?
more women than ever were going to their cosmetic surgeons with photos of Beyonce and J-Lo, and they said, I want to look like this.
I
They
love
wanted
that
the same buttock, and they wanted to have surgery. They were desperate to get this look, and I thought there had to be a better way, and that's when Lisa came into the picture, because she's in the fashion world, and I said, Lisa, you've seen what I'm seeing. What is going on here?
This comes from the New York Times.
I was
You're
I was
telling me.
seeing basically what you see on the red carpet now, all the profiles, and it was all about the booty, not as much the cleavage as it used to be. So I actually went home, and exactly like you said, I basically took my bras and put them on. My friend has a great butt, and I put them on her booty, and tried to make her booty come alive in a booty pop, and we did that.
I love it.
And that's basically how it started.
So, how many of these have you sold? I mean, is this brand new? This is one of those things I could see on Shark Tank. I love Shark Tank.
We,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
We actually were ahead of the curve. We thought of this idea in 2008. When we first came up with Booty Pop, people were like, what is that? What is that? People want to pad their booties. They were just like shocked by it. But now it's just kind of like, yeah, we get it. And our first store actually was in Kitson in L.A. We wanted to be trendy.
Oh.
So we got to get the celebrities to wear it, because once those celebrities are wearing it, then people say, hey, that's kind of cool. I'll try that too. Because originally the whole concept of padding your booty was, kind of outrageous. But as we see the trend now, 2015 was called the year of the booty. So this is just normal at this moment. Look bootylicious and pad
It's become
your booty.
accepted. It's becoming more accepted. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
one of the things I found interesting, the article I was reading in whatever magazine, it was really about the progression of the girdle, whether, you started with a corset and through the decades, how
Spanx.
And now with it,
exactly.
yeah.
And then that's where I found this, and I thought that was so interesting because each one of those garments is about enhancing or constricting something in your body that is always concurrent with the times and the fashions. And so I thought, my God, this is where we are.
I can't wait
Bootyville.
until a fat stomach is in, because I'm so ready for that.
Well, I guess when you're pregnant, right? That's
Well, and
Pregnant girls, they're all.
so Lisa and Susan, I do have a question for you because there is a little bit of we made a point of putting people together today for a reason in this collage of our show, and we're going to be talking about the selfie a little bit later on. We have a selfie expert, and I'm very curious about how you perceive your product and the booty in the world of the selfie.
That's so funny that you say that, because we came up with a Booty Pop app, and you can actually take a photo of your booty and see what you would look like wearing Booty Pop panties, and you could immediately enhance your booty with the app. So we're very into the fact that you can get an image that will make you look bootylicious and share it with everybody.
I'm downloading that right now.
Booty Pop
Absolutely,
app.
it's
I
free.
love that.
It's a free.
My butt is
people
not
are
big
always
enough.
taking a selfies, they call it, right? The butt photo.
That is so funny.
Well, thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you for being on. This is brilliant. I mean, I love these. I'm going to put them on. I'm going to put them on
We
here.
want to see photos of you. Will you share your photos?
Yes.
Try them on in before and afters. We'd love for you to share it with us.
Absolutely. I will. I'm already wearing mine. So
Oh, yay.
Yeah, I mean, my butt's going to be really big when I put it on, but that's okay. And it's all part
very
of it.
Nicki Minaj of you,
Very
doll.
Nicki
Very
Minaj.
Nicki
And it's
Minaj.
very retro. It's very Rubenesque.
There you go.
Thanks.
Thank you, Susan and Lisa. So fun of you to play along with us.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye, you
Thank
guys.
Thank you.
Bottoms up. Bottoms up. Bye.
I love that. Bottoms up.
So from flat ass to fat ass. Okay.
Isn't that
Flat, right?
crazy?
It's true.
It's
The flatter the
crazy.
better. It used to be flat. I mean, like, remember? Like in a dress. If
I
you
know.
Look to the side. You just wanted to see a little teeny bit.
And
that's
now
it.
it's enormous. It's like a shelf.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, so now on to our next expert. And this is pretty amazing. Mark Marino. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you for sitting through that.
He actually
I didn't
teaches.
get my butt booty pop, but that's okay.
Oh,
No,
I
I'll
will-
give you one of mine.
right,
I'll
good.
give you the.
I will share.
All right.
Yeah,
thank you.
I'll give you
Thank
the little. I have a blue one. You've got a pink
Oh, give
one.
him
or-
the blue one.
You want the
Whichever.
blue one?
Really, it doesn't.
I
matter.
don't think you need it. I think this is more for us. But
I think
thanks
that's a
for being
compliment.
here.
Thank you.
Okay, you teach at USC
Yes.
a course on how to take a terrific selfie.
Well,
How
not
the
exactly.
heck did you? Okay,
At
tell us about
USC,
it.
a school that I'm dying to get my son in.
Oh, good.
Okay,
So
I
what-
keep having these professors on from
Thank you.
USC, and by the time we're done, he'll be in.
All right.
And
well,
they're
if
nothing
he
more
comes-
important than the selfie class.
If he comes, he can
Clearly.
take my class. He could take my class as a freshman or as a junior or senior, whenever he wants to take it. Okay, so it's not really a class on how to take the perfect selfie, of course. It's a writing class.
Then why are you here?
Why am I here? Oh, good question. This is what I'm always asking myself, and this is what my students ask themselves as well. So what they did was they assigned this class to me. It's a freshman writing class, and they said, we want you to focus on identity and diversity. And I said, okay, well, I could think of a bunch of boring ways to do that, or a bunch of ways that the students have already heard before, or maybe they've even thought through before. But what if we take a mode of communication that they use regularly and think about how they produce their identity online and how they share that with one another? And so we'll start with the language that they speak, and then I'll help them speak the language that we speak in college through academic writing.
So what does that mean?
So what that means is,
I'm lost there, Professor.
Wait, and she's the smart one.
so what that's a great question. In fact, I should tell you that this same conversation we're having now is the same conversation I had with my students on the first day of class.
But
Because
aren't you doing something or an exercise in how to take a selfie?
Oh no, so
that's
right,
that's why we had you in here.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
So our first exercise, of course. Well, actually, our very first exercise was to put a celebrity's selfie up on the wall. We put up on the big projector. We put up Mario Balotelli. He's an Italian soccer player who often poses selfies with his fiance.
He's adorable.
And there was a wonderful selfie of him with his hand around his fiance's mouth, and of course hers with her hand around his mouth. And we just started to talk about it. We started talking about race. We started about sexuality. They happened to be sitting on a bed, although that wasn't necessarily the most important thing. We talked about gender. We talked about wealth, how that gets promoted through that particular selfie, and all the ways in which those two are constructing themselves through that selfie. And then I said, okay, students, I want you to take 5 selfies of yourself. And I want to see them, and I want you to bring them into class, and then I want you to look at them, and then try to look at them objectively. But
Were they posted selfies or just selfies?
That's a good question. So I let them pick new selfies, and they had to post one of them online. Eventually, for the paper, they could go back and pull their favorites if they had something easier to write about. But for this one, they could just take 5 new shots, whatever they might be. And I said, okay, but don't look at them to see whether or not your booty pops. So I'm sure I didn't use that language. But instead of looking at how you look or how it was filtered, instead think about where can we see your socioeconomic status in this picture? Where do we see your racial or ethnicity? Where do we see your sexuality being expressed or being constructed by this photo?
And is it something that you think the kids are doing consciously or unconsciously?
Well, there's a guy named Ernst Goffman who talks about there are images that we give off and images that we give. And so certainly when everyone's doing their filtering and their cropping, they're thinking about the image that they want to give. But there are all these other things that we give off just by who we are, right? So I have this beard, and it's doing this work for me of constructing my masculinity without me trying to do very much at all, right?
Is
I'm not
that what
thinking
it's
about
doing?
that.
I'm just checking.
I don't know. I think it's also showing my age a little bit, you know?
I like
but
it.
again,
It's very cute.
But Anna brings up a good point, which is I might think it gives off one impression, but of course, identity is formed by this relationship between what I think I'm giving off and how you read that, right? So that's
I
a
like
very big part of
scruff.
selfies. Exactly. Well, that's
But his is very
Ew.
neat. I wouldn't call that scruff, though.
But
See,
any
that's
kinda
the
hair
thing.
here.
well, you
That's
know, I
not
consulted
scruff.
with my daughter before
He's
I
very
came
clean.
here,
You're
and
very
she said,
neat.
"You got to clean up a little bit, Papa." So I said, "Okay, all right, whatever you say." And then there's also things like we don't often think about us taking our, let's say, socioeconomic status or ethnicity. Well, maybe our socioeconomic status, but our ethnicity, we may not always think I'm going to wear. Like I'm Italian American. I don't think
I'm Italian.
Are you?
All right. Got that.
But see, I wouldn't necessarily have guessed you were Italian, so I'm not reading.
I talk a
your
lot.
Italianicity.
How could you not think so?
I'm actually
You're
half
not using
Italian.
your hands,
When you're
really?
all Italian, this is when you just. That's why.
I only got half.
Exactly.
And that's
You're
why
my
I talk
people.
too much. John is Polish, nothing. And then I'm
But
the
John
Italian.
was trying to talk.
When he's with me, it just can't happen. Anyway, you get it, right?
Obviously.
You're Italian American. You
You're,
get it.
you're gonna
Anyway.
get kicked. I know. You're gonna get kicked under the table again. Right, but I don't think. Oh, how am I conveying my Italian Americanness? Now, probably that's because I'm pretty middle class, and I'm also like third generation. So a lot of my Italianness is washed under a lot of whiteness, right? So, but I do know that I perform a lot of whiteness. I speak standard English.
You're a college
the types of things
professor
I
at
talk about. I'm a
USC. If
college
you
professor.
don't, I think that you could maybe be fired. You would have to have standard English, wouldn't you?
I don't know. I mean, I think you would probably be able to use that register, but would you always use it with your students? I don't know. I mean, we have
To some degree.
we have classes where people talk about all sorts of issues like American culture and hip hop and things like that. I know to relate to my students, I talk about selfies. I could see someone wanting to relate to their students by speaking in maybe a vernacular that's more common, that's more comfortable, right?
And what's the difference between, say, the boys and the girls with selfies? Because my husband would die before he would take one.
There was a study that came out. I don't know if you saw it. It was within the last 6 months that said that boys or men who take selfies rate higher on this index. Now, it's not that much higher, but they rate higher on this index of how psychotic they are, for example, and how self-centered they are. Now, of course, the one thing is obvious about it, but the psychotic I start to wonder a little bit about.
Yeah, psychotic's a little much.
But then I saw a study that said people who use emojis have better sex, and that I really did not understand.
I'm thinking.
I gotta start some more. Anyway. So something I want to say about this particular point though is, but once you put the selfie in a broader context, self-portraits, first-person writing, other sorts of things like that, then it doesn't become so gendered. And so then we start to ask the question, why are selfies so gendered? Why is it that we associate this so much with young women, right? And then of course, as soon as you start to associate with young women, it's interesting that at the same time, people start to really make fun of them. And then I start to see it as maybe more of an expression of gender inequality and things like that.
Look, I just think everybody wants to look really good in their selfie. You guys post them a lot. It's rare for me to
I
post
actually
anything.
sent in the last, John, do you have? I sent in the last
I mean, you
selfie
post
I
them
took.
almost every day in your living room, wherever. And let's face it,
Me?
all of you. And you guys, come on. You have to call it. You guys
Okay,
post
now wait
them
a
lot.
minute.
And
Wait,
you look
wait,
great.
wait.
And you post nothing.
I know.
You post nothing about anyone.
Hey, stop arguing. The professor is going to read my
No,
selfie.
but you know why? Because you look great in them. I think you
Would
look
you let
so
the professor
good.
talk? Professor, would you look at the darn selfie
Yeah, I'm
and
looking
tell
at
us
the
what you
selfie.
think?
Let's see. Okay, and so you use the Microsoft app, the What's My Age app? Is that what I'm seeing there?
Yes, so I was being really obnoxious.
Wait,
what does it
what was the
say?
age again? I saw that.
So it's 26.
It took a few pictures to get 26, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure you
Like,
used that
You
green can.
manipulated the data, didn't you, Dorothea?
And are you putting blush on in that picture? It's hard for me to see.
Yes, I was actually on my way here doing my makeup in the car.
Are you driving?
I was stopped at
For
a light.
God's
Okay,
sake.
okay.
Yes.
She's driving, putting on her makeup, taking a selfie, all at the light. Okay, if there
Yes.
was a cop there, I would have been caught like that. I mean, that's
Yeah. Well, if this were my class, obviously I'd open it up for a conversation. But since I'm supposedly or allegedly a selfie expert, the one thing I would say about this is what a quintessential portrait of female identity, don't you think? I mean, putting makeup on in the car while you're driving, that says Los Angeles female to me, like no other.
I would narrow that down to Malibu.
I would say
Any woman in Los Angeles.
Yeah, right. We're
I
stuck
would
traffic
say
all
in
the
a
time.
rush and vanity, because if you're going to actually take a picture of yourself while you're driving, don't you think? I mean, a little bit. No offense.
Well, no, I did. I took the
I've
picture
taken these
because
pictures of myself while I'm driving.
my hair,
And-
I just had a blowout, so I thought
It
my
looked
hair
good,
looked
right.
good. That's
So you wanted to
looked
capture
great.
that,
Totally why I
memorialize
took that photo.
It looked great, but you
Right.
guys always look good in your
Okay, well, wait a
photos.
minute. I sent in a selfie that Dorothy and I took yesterday, which is radically different from that. Radically different. And
Yeah, we didn't look that great.
no. What we got, we were finalists in this contest to go to Switzerland and do a travel show. So we kind of I put two pictures together. One is us opening up the gift from Switzerland, the like Christmas in May, as I called it. And the other one is what it is that we got. We got backpacks. So what do you think of that selfie?
Well,
I think it's cute, right?
It's interesting that you're opening something there because are you guys aware of the trend of unboxing videos? Do you know what they are?
No.
What
So
is
there's this
that?
thing. Just go on YouTube and look. It's really as strange as selfies could be. But so what happens is people get these things like Kinder eggs from Germany or
Oh, I love
Pokemon
those.
cards or things like that. It was anything that you can't tell what's inside it by the outside. Like for example, when you guys got this, and literally you guys just made an unboxing video essentially, right? So the video is you opening up this thing and then showing your reaction. Oh, what are these butt cheeks doing in here? And then giving your reaction so that people can see it.
You're hilarious.
Yeah, so I had my
butt
students do something like this. In fact, they had to take boxes that arrived at their door as kind of a surprise. They planted them there, and they shot little Vine-length videos of them opening these up. And inside of them were not booty pops, but instead they were abstract concepts like privilege or, again, whiteness or
We got
heterosexuality
backpacks.
or things like that. Exactly.
And you just took a picture of their reaction.
And they would
essentially.
film their reaction, and it was a way of getting them both to sort of, again, play with this form that a lot of people are doing right now, but also to think a little bit about these abstract concepts and the fact that they don't just exist, but we react to them. So things like white privilege is something that exists, and we have a reaction to it. In fact, I shot one of these myself. That was the example one, where I get white privilege that comes to my door. I didn't order it, so I'm kind of like scratching my head. I open it up, I take it into my room, I open it up, and I look kind of surprised. I can't see anything in there, similar to white privilege. I dip my hand in, I put it on my face, I kind of like it, and then my son, who I should mention is adopted and is African-American, reaches for it. You don't see his face, but as soon as he reaches for it, I slap his hand out of the way because I don't want him to take it, right? So it's all those things about the concept, right? I didn't ask for it. I didn't order it. It came. When I found it, I didn't know what it was, but I found out that I kind of liked it. And I didn't get more upset any other time than when somebody tried to take it away from me. And
That's
again, it's just sort of like
interesting.
playing with these different ways how we could use the selfie then, again, or unboxing videos or any of these other popular forms and get students to try to express maybe something a little bit more complex through it, or to use something that's as simple as a photograph of themselves studying or themselves hanging out at a USC football game, and then to say, okay, what else are you communicating in this picture that you might not realize it, right? Again, about who you are, what you're trying to be, what your aspirations are, how you want to be viewed.
But I think with the selfie, it's often very deliberate. I think that the messages are very deliberate, and we'll spend all this time trying to look better, change the lighting, crop the photo.
But
who's
you're
this
saying
behind me?
there's more to it than just
No,
the Kim Kardashian
No,
thing.
but I'm agreeing with him. But what I'm saying is that that the technology has made it possible for you
That's
to,
right.
to change so much of that photo that you are already expressing, that there are additional layers built into it with the technology, that it permits you to alter that photo even more so, which is your image and your message.
I mean, the problem is we can't win that game ultimately, right? And so I hate to say it, but a latter part of the class was spent with the students deciding what we were going to talk about. And a lot of them talked about body shaming and cyberbullying. And this is that side of it we don't like to know that it exists or even think that it exists. But of course, every one of those pictures, first of all, I love choosing this for a freshman class because students come to USC and what do they want to do? They want to fit in. This is a new community. They want to socialize, right? And so what do? They start posting pictures of themselves to represent themselves. Okay, well, that game doesn't always lead to wins, right? It doesn't always lead to favorites or likes, and sometimes it's going to lead to hostility and to people trying to attack them through those selfies. And so even though they've taken every possible precaution to put forward a version of themselves that they think is appropriate or something that's going to be accepted, they can still be attacked. It can still be a site where people come after them for all sorts of reasons. So even though we might have more control now, we never have control of our image or how it gets circulated or responded to.
Do you think this is going to continue? Because it's just growing. I mean, everyone is taking I have my own reasons why I don't do them. I've always just been I hardly ever post anything because I'm just very, very private. And when I'm constantly am barraged with everyone's selfies and, oh, look, I was over here and I was here, I think, ugh, enough already. Like, seriously. So that's why I don't do it. And
it's hard for me to react to that because on the other hand, you are on a weekly radio show that gets videotaped. And
Thank
so
you
you're
for
sort of
calling
like
her on her bull.
You kind of have a perpetual.
that is not bull. It's actually completely serious.
But I can understand you wanting to also be in control
It's
of how much of your
different.
private life you share in that context
Absolutely.
as well. That's
and
very
that's
different.
my private life, and this is a work life. And I very rarely have posted anything about my private life. And I understand how they how they do cross over, but
Yeah.
it's just everywhere.
No, but it's
I
a
mean,
really good point because we
Yeah.
talk about it all
I think
here.
it's a little much. No, not you guys, but I just
I
think
hear
no
what you're
matter
saying.
where people go, look, I'm shopping at the Grove. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And everyone goes to Paris. I don't care if
Right.
you're in front of the Eiffel Tower. Enough already. And it's just too much. And I'm just saying, is this
Okay,
what
white
we've
privilege.
become?
I don't know if everyone goes to Paris, but
But they want to share that with you, and they want to share it with their friends, and it's similar to postcards in that variety.
I'd
not
rather
all that
see,
different.
you know what? I'd rather see people at the dinner table having a good time
Yeah.
than a
Well,
family
that's a
photo.
that's a valuable lesson. But you could start taking those pictures and share them as well. I don't know. A friend of mine who's teaches has this notion of the public, the public and the private sort of mashed together that we have in these performances, these selfies.
I like that.
And I think people who
Public.
people who enter this space have some sense. One of my former students, I should give a little shout out to him. His name is Spencer Pratt. He's sort of a master in the art of this particular form of reality living. But seeing his life and thinking about how he's constructed it has made me think a lot about the way my students are also very, very conscious about the spaces, who their audience is at any given moment when they're sharing details of their life. They think about Facebook one way, they think about Snapchat a very different way, and they realize that they put on different faces at different times.
That's very true.
Can I just share one more example of the selfie taking that really surprised me?
Yes, because we've got Ali Khan waiting to come on.
All right, very good. I'll be very quick. So there was a student of mine who, instead of posting her selfies to Instagram or to Facebook, she would grab other people's cameras when they weren't looking, and she would take silly face selfies of herself with her tongue hanging out, and then she would just...
My son does
She would
that.
give the phone back. And what a neat form of communication, what a neat gesture of friendship that is, to then have the person go through all their photos and then suddenly see their friend making these silly faces. And so I think between that and Snapchat, where again there's a lot more of a one-to-one rather than a one-to-many set of sharing, or a highly selected one-to-several kind of sharing for short periods of times, where we're moving beyond just, hey, I'm going to do this series of selfies and it's going to become the Kim Kardashian book, or I'm going to be James Franco and I'm going to have this whole series. And instead, these can also be maybe more intimate gestures where again, my wife's right now in China, so I might take a selfie of me, or my kids might take selfies of themselves to send to her as a kind of just a nice intimate gesture of communication.
I feel like the kids sort of speak through Snapchat now.
Oh, they do. That's
absolutely
that's
right.
their
They
main form of communication.
Yes,
It really is.
without a doubt, absolutely.
Well, this has been really fun, but will you be posting the selfie you took of us? I just need to know, Professor.
Yes.
I certainly will. I'll tag you guys.
There you
know,
go.
I need the likes as much as anybody else.
Well, this has been really fun.
We've got to take a really should we take a really fun one again or
Yeah.
later?
yeah,
Or okay.
whatever.
Fun
Yeah,
selfie.
Your
we've got.
stick. This stick makes it so great. This is brilliant.
Well, you know
wanna-
what? It's not activated. It's going to take me a minute to set it up with the.
That
Sorry.
is one of the most brilliant ones. That stick.
That
So you don't
selfies,
have
that's
to
nice.
hold it like this.
Yeah, that's quality.
And it
You don't
makes
really
you
know
look
how to
better.
use your selfie stick.
No, I do. It's just going to take me a minute or two.
Maybe the professor knows.
No, I do. I mean, are we
Yeah.
going to take a minute to do that, or should we move Allie in?
We could do the same thing. We could do it simultaneously. Someone
Okay,
could be
there
setting
you
up
go.
the
All right,
shot.
there you
Oh,
go.
I like that.
Okay.
With our booty pops too.
Okay, there you go.
And
Nothing more fun than dead air is what I say. Nothing
No,
keeps a
this is
show moving like dead air, I say.
well, I was deciding whether or not to interject something, but it wasn't
Wait, there's one thing
superfluous, so
there's
I
one
didn't
thing
know
I
if I
wanted
should
to
say
interject
it.
though, which is I was thinking about selfies in terms of your project of mending kids, and about how it relates, right?
So
How-
that's important.
How that sense of who you put forward, who you go out there in the world as, deals with notions not just of identity, but of sort of self-dignity and things like that, and how that gesture of giving these children sort of I don't know, restoring some of their
Well, the professor's not in it.
Restoring some of that image of themselves for themselves shows us just how important our sense of our own image is in having that dignity and sort of having that sense of self. It's too bad that we have to have it. It's too bad that it has to be something that's superficial. But if we have to live in this world where people judge us with eyeballs and people experience us with eyeballs,
You might as well get some good out of it.
It seems
I
like
think
a beautiful
so.
gift. Yeah,
But
it
you're
does.
really
Yeah.
showing the good work that people are doing with those kind of pictures
Well, but then,
and
okay,
selfies.
as
I
we-
love
as we
that.
take
Okay,
the
so
selfie.
let's
Here,
just
come on
take
in.
this
Okay.
picture, and
So
then
I'll
we can
take
get
my-
Allie in here, and
Because you
and
don't
we can
want it
be
to
on
be
our
like,
way.
how great am I, too? I think of that sometimes when I post those pictures, even though I think the kids
Are you in,
like 'em.
Professor?
I'm in.
All right. Thank you so much.
they good?
Yay.
Thank you.
Applause,
Thank you for being
Allie.
with us. Woo, Allie, come on in.
Come on in, Allie.
Can't.
Yep.
Come on in over here. You're going to
Oh,
switch.
all right.
No, the camera will better.
One
Oh,
day
I
we're
gotta
gonna have
see
like
her.
an 8-camera thing in
You
here.
think so?
Yeah, at every little angle.
I would love
This is
for a
truly
camera.
how the sausage
Hi,
is
Allie.
made.
You guys, I had a hat on, so my hair looks so.
So you have hat head? Is that what you're telling us?
And this is one long selfie because there's a camera pointed at you.
Right.
So.
It's so true. Welcome, Allie Khan. Allie Khan is a friend of mine. I met her through the charity world. She's a stylist. Lord knows I could use a stylist.
You don't
She's,
need my help.
Oh, God,
you have
I
great
do.
style.
I will
Have you seen her
take
ass? It
help.
looks fabulous.
Let me see. Do you need one of these or no?
Oh, I have one for you, Allie.
My boyfriend will be really happy about that. He loves them.
Here you go, Allie.
Really?
We got one for you, too.
Thank you so much.
Hang on.
So Allie's a stylist. She does fashion
Thank you.
shows and all this cool stuff. And so what I'm curious about, Allie, is here we are all talking about selfies and butts. I mean, do you think that when people do these selfies, that's what they're really trying to do, is to portray themselves in that fashion-forward way, and it's all about the booty?
I think so. Right now, I forgot the young lady whose name who called, but everyone's doing this like
The owners, yeah.
butt selfie right now.
Oh, what do you mean? Like they're kind of going around and doing
Oh
that,
yeah, just
or-
like the girls that have the hot butts will just turn to the side in like a spandex dress and like, of course, get their face in it, but make sure their butt's in it too. And nobody doesn't want to see that. I mean, it's like, dang, I wish I had that butt. I'd do a selfie too if I had that butt.
And so has that, even in the last few years, changed how styling has...
Dressing for the
Right.
butt.
Yeah.
You know what's
Dressing for the
funny?
butt.
I don't have a flat butt, but I don't have a butt like the Kardashians. But I've noticed the last few bottoms that I've purchased, skirts, pants, I've had to take up in the butt because now they're being more generous with the seams.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so
see, I don't
they're
have
making
that.
them more for girls with butts, and I've actually had to take in the seams, which is really rare. I usually have to kind of
Wow.
let it out, but they're being more generous.
I
than
think
that.
butts also look better because of the spandex that's in your jeans now. That was never part of jeans,
Right,
right?
they were always
And they
the-
just sit there and hug
Yeah.
your ass,
Which is
so-
great.
The baggy Wranglers and stuff that we grew up on.
But
Those
you're
are
saying
cute.
it's changing the way clothes are being produced and designed.
Well, I mean, I can't be too sure. I'm just basing that on the last few things that I've bought. And
But everybody's got a different body type, right? And I know I finally have found what I think works for me. I look better in stuff that's a little tighter.
Yeah.
Because if it's too big, I end up looking like a bell.
Yeah.
So
You wear all black all
You
the
do.
time.
She always wears black.
These
And I
are
have to
blue
admit, I'm
jeans.
wearing black too today.
I wear black a lot.
I wear a lot of black. And do you think that is...
Why do we do that? Do we think we're hiding? Do we think we're obscuring something if we wear black?
Maybe, but black looks good on everybody, and it's
Okay.
a sexy color. And I feel sexy in black. It's
I
not like
like
I'm trying
one
to
color.
conceal anything. But a lot of people don't know what colors are good for their skin, color, and are intimidated by it. A lot of reds. A lot of women won't wear reds or oranges. So.
I don't like red a
I
lot.
don't like
tricky.
Yeah, I don't like bright colors. I mean, now they have flowers. I think a lot of flowers
Yeah,
and prints.
prints
for the,
are intimidating
for the
too.
summer, and I think, oh my gosh. I mean, I feel like a test pattern when I put.
So
those
how do you
on.
do that? How do you pull off a print or a big pattern? Can everyone wear a print or a pattern?
Yeah, absolutely. You just kind of have to know what colors work for you, and then once you learn what colors work good for your skin type, you just
Okay,
have
so-
to be bold and take a chance and wear a print.
How do you know that? If we don't have you, how do we know what colors work?
Oh, there's a lot of color experts out there. If you don't, I mean, any stylist can tell you.
Yeah,
what
okay, but
colors-
just if you don't have a stylist. And,
Oh well, if you have a lot of yellow in your skin, typically you don't look good in mustards or yellows. Yellow's a real tough color to wear anyway, but you can kind of tell if you have yellow
You've got
or
rose. I mean,
peach.
okay, what kind of color? What skin do we each have? Like, what does Dorothy have? She's got
You
yellowy
all have a
red.
bit of pink, but Dorothy has a little bit more yellow.
Oh,
Really?
okay. You're a yellow.
So don't wear yellow.
Well,
So
no,
yellow's
that's not
not good for-
necessary. I mean, there's an exception to every rule. It's just
Yeah.
generally
you have?
speaking,
I don't know what I have.
You're pink,
pinks.
gorgeous skin.
pinks. Yeah.
Am I a pink also?
See,
You
I
all
don't
have
wear
beautiful
pink.
skin,
I don't
actually.
wear a lot of pink. I think.
Well, I don't think you're a
No,
pink
she
girl.
means you have pinks, like pink in your
Oh,
skin.
Yeah, in your
So that
skin.
depends upon what you wear would go with your skin.
Anna's not a pink girl.
But how about?
I'm not a pink
No,
girl.
she's
Oh
not.
God, I'm not either. No,
No.
way.
She's too tough for pink.
Yeah,
I like blues and grays. They're kind of simple, right?
Yeah.
And browns are nice.
they're
Wear
neutrals.
brown. Yeah.
Everybody typically looks good in
But
them.
how about beiges? Like,
Well, when you see someone, okay, so look at Deborah. What would you think in styling somebody?
As in what would look best on you?
Yeah.
I think cinching your waist and accentuating your butt and chest
Oh.
is a great way to go. You would look great in a wrap dress, although who doesn't?
See, I don't think I look good
V-necks.
in a wrap
The
dress.
Dawn.
You don't?
No.
Yes, you would. The
Well, you're saying,
Dion Von
but
first, but it's because I have a curvy
So
body.
boobs and
you
butt
might look
help
good
with
in
that.
something and not feel good in something. Those are two totally different things.
Oh, I think
So if
it's-
I put you in a wrap dress, I'd probably say you look amazing. But if you don't feel good in it, then there's no point in trying.
then
I
you
like
can't really
wrap
wear that. You know, Dorothy does something that I really admire. She's always getting dresses from Rent the Runway.
Oh yeah,
And
Yes, I wore one to a charity event this week and the zipper broke.
that website's great. I love that website.
They rented it one
And-
too many times.
And yes, I sent it back with that zipper.
Well, you know what I like about Rent the Runway is that they will send you a second option. I think for like $25 or something, or so you have a backup
Yeah, but not when you're
option.
at the event and
No,
your zipper
no,
breaks.
no,
but-
that's-
Oh no,
yeah, sorry
I want to
about
hear
that.
about that.
But what do you think about something like that? That's kind of like taking styling and putting it in a different perspective, in the sense that, we can't spend the money to buy these really expensive dresses that you're only going to wear once or twice. And it's really like opened up the world to a lot of women. And I was telling Dorothy, I was listening to the owners of the company talk, and they said one of the reasons they founded the company is they wanted women to wear something other than black.
Right.
Which I thought was really interesting. But you're saying embrace the black because you look good in it.
I just think that I don't know. Everyone's got their signature thing. If it's long sleeve and black all the time, then so be it. Who cares? If that's what you feel good in, it's fine.
Well, if you're going somewhere, it's important though too to maybe take a picture of yourself, right? So you see what it looks like. Because these girls on the
take a
red
selfie.
carpet, take a selfie. These girls on the red carpet, they're so daring, and I think obviously the stylist is taking pictures with the
Yes.
lighting, right? Because so many of these
Yes.
colors, like these greens, you would look good in green. Do you do a lot of green?
No, never.
You look
Your
really
eyes
nice
would
in
look
those
nice.
green earrings.
Greens and blues.
You
Your
I
eyes
love
would
it.
pop-
My
in-
earrings that you like.
Yeah, your eyes would pop really good. Actually, if you do you line your eyes in
Not
eyeliner?
enough.
Oh my
Not
God,
enough.
That is so funny that you say that because you're her friend. She's always yelling at me that I don't put eyeliner on. And I don't know why she cares, but she does.
Because it makes her look good too.
But honestly, if you just right on the inside did a little bit of blue, your eyes would be so blue.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Important.
Hello.
I like her
You
now.
like
who
Allie
do you
now.
dress? Who do you dress? That we would know. Or who have you worked with?
Who have I worked with? Sarah Drews on Grey's Anatomy, Mayim Bialik on The Big Bang Theory, Marilyn Rajkub on 24.
But I bet who did you just say the gal from the Big Bang Theory? I'm sorry, what's her name?
Mayim.
Now that had to have been a challenge because she's Orthodox Jew, right?
Yes.
And so she had what limitations on what she would wear? This I find fascinating.
Well, she's very modest, so always covering up to her elbow in a sleeve, never wearing pants, a skirt always to the knee length.
Me too.
Yep.
Not Malibu. Not Malibu.
And then, of course, keeping in mind, dresses that are flattering,
So-
which narrows it down and limits things. So sleeves, knee length, flattering cuts, and then she likes color and prints, but she doesn't wear a lot of pink. She doesn't like pink as like you do.
So did you ever have to go to a designer and say, "Can you put sleeves on this for me?"
Oh yeah, absolutely. Or find a dress that would work to add sleeves because you can't just add a sleeve to any dress.
So what's something that tends to look good on almost anybody? Like what would you say? And what's really, really hot for summer and going into the fall that people should have in their
So
wardrobe?
summer going to the fall, let me start with that
Yeah.
because that's definitely fresh on my mind. Head to toe white, a lot of watercolor prints.
I love white,
I
white,
know.
white.
I do too. So, and then a lot of primary colors mixing with your whites. You could do an all white outfit with a bright primary shoe. Cutouts on the dresses, which, everybody can do some sort of cutout if it's done
Really?
in the
I like
right
cutouts.
spot. Yeah.
I like them. And you can have mesh on them too.
Yeah, mesh.
You have a dress like that, Deborah, don't you? That has mesh, and you look really pretty in that.
Oh, thank you. It's black though. It is black. I've got.
But
by the
then-
way, I am with you on pink.
I
I'm
like
just
the
gonna not do
idea
pink.
of, but then wear a pink shoe or
Right, or
wear
a pink
a bright
purse.
shoe.
Oh,
I like the all white with a bright shoe.
Yeah, I love the all white too, and a lot of like the culottes are in right now with sporty casual, and I like to do that from head to toe white with like a
Culottes?
sport. Yeah,
are
culottes
they still
back.
called culottes?
What are they really called?
I call them culottes.
Culottes, or are those the
Culottes.
palazzos? Are there the culottes?
Palazzo pants are all the way to the ground.
Okay.
Culottes are cropped.
Oh, okay. I don't
So
think I look good in either of those.
Culottes
Well, you
are
really
like-
do have to look like Brooke over here. You got to be tall and long legs to pull off the
I
culottes.
know
But
she's kind of hot, isn't she?
Okay, so what other trends like this summer can't everyone pull off? Because that's important to know already going in there. You see it in the magazine, you want to give it a try, but you're like, ugh.
Because I like
head to toe
shorts,
white.
but
I love
tough.
shorts. I love
I know, but
short-
I'm
and
feeling like
short-
I'm at a point where maybe I shouldn't be wearing shorts all the time.
That's interesting
A good
because.
length of short then.
But see, she's got really hot legs, and
But
your
I'm
legs are
old.
extraordinary.
I
Your
don't-
legs are extraordinary. So, at what point do you say, "Oh, there's doesn't look right
I do
age-wise"?
short shorts. I love them. I think they're comfortable. I don't like long shorts.
well, then just do a longer short that's not, too
Ridiculous.
short and offensive. But I don't think you're too old to wear a short, especially if you have killer legs.
Oh, thank you.
Right?
I really like you.
I have to
went
wear a little
that,
longer
We went to
short.
that nice event, that fundraiser with Stella McCartney, and she had all her clothes there, and she just had on like kind of a very basic black top.
Blue. She was in navy.
Was it navy?
Oh, was it
Yeah,
navy?
she was in
Oh,
navy.
And
okay.
shorts, but it was all one color.
Very
She's
monochromatic.
very
She
monochromatic.
looked very cool.
The only
little
tough-
jewelry, nothing much.
The only tough monochromatic to pull off is, to wear head to toe white.
Why is that tough? I
challenging.
love doing that, and I love white jeans.
Well, because it's unforgiving.
Yeah.
So white on the bottom, especially if you got a little bit of cellulite or
So do you wear like
a
one size
thicker knee.
bigger, maybe, or
yeah, or you find a fit that's not so skinny, maybe perhaps a flare. Maybe you do a flare white jean or a pencil skirt that's white and wear Spanx underneath. You just kind of have to play and see what works best. But everyone can do a white. You just have to find what white works best for you. It's not going to be a skinny jean all the time.
What's a big don't this year?
Ooh, a big
Like what's
don't.
out? That we might have been wearing for the past couple of years. What's something you should just get out of there?
is fringe still big?
Fringe is huge right now. Boho
love
chic is
fringe.
huge.
Bored with it already.
No,
Are you?
love
Oh,
I
I
like
love
fringe. I don't like
fringe.
fringe.
I'm
I
taking a
like
break from
fringe,
leopard
but
for
it's
a
got to be
while.
done right.
Oh,
Did you hear
Rissa,
that, Dorothy? She's taking a break from leopard.
But that's my personal preference.
I was going to wear animal print to that event we have tomorrow night.
Really? I don't know
It's
what
not
we're wearing tomorrow night.
Linda's?
It's never out of style. I just need a break from it because
Yeah.
I think I did it a little too much.
You did?
Leopard only, really.
What are you obsessing about right now? What's like the hot item or whatever it is that you want, you covet?
I mean, I can't put fringe on enough things right now.
Really?
Bikinis, sandals.
I
got
saw
the,
fringe espadrilles today. I think they were at Elise Walker, and I thought they were so
oh,
cool.
Isabel Marant, perhaps. Yeah, I love Elise Walker.
I like
That's so
bohemian
stupid.
fringe, like when it's almost looks a little more organic, like it's from the 70s.
Well, I like the boho chic right now, but
Yeah.
I like it more of a luxe boho chic than like a hippie girl. Like the beautiful fringe with suede and leather, which I love that they're
that.
wearing suede and leather for spring and summer because that's, I just bought a peach leather mini skirt and it's
Oh.
cool enough in LA to pull off leather and suede.
Now, what are you going to wear
so-
with that? I mean, I would just probably wear black, which might be boring.
Peach and
well,
black?
She's going to wear white.
I got nude strappy sandals. And then I also wear them with brown gladiator sandals.
And
it
what-
depends
what-
on my mood.
Like what on top? A t-shirt?
Well, the other day I actually did it with a white button up, kind of messy, with it tucked in, and just a gladiator sandal and a brown
Cute.
bag. But if I were to dress it up, the nude sandal,
Where do you like to
jewelry,
shop?
probably
big
with
or
a ripped
small,
up denim
or-
jacket.
Is there any place you'd like to go?
I love Intermix. I love Nordstrom. I'm a Nordstrom girl.
I love Free People.
Rebecca
I know it's like
Taylor.
you're supposed to be under 18 to shop there, but I love all their stuff. Free People.
I still like the Gap, you know.
Gap's great too.
I
Gap
love
is so
Free
simple.
People has such cool stuff, and it's reasonable enough. don't
Yeah,
you
it is.
think?
And you know what? Banana Republic, ever since Marissa Webb came in,
Yeah.
she came from Club Monaco. She's really done
Yeah.
It's a big change,
an
isn't it?
overhaul with Banana Republic. And I love everything that's in that store, and I never really did before.
And jewelry, big, small, smaller, maybe?
Oh, always statement pieces, but like the delicate fringe, for boho chic, and the, just the simple plain cuffs for sporty casual, stud earrings. Keep it simple for sporty casual, but go overboard for boho chic.
Allie Khan, I'm so
Thank
glad
you
you
for
came
being
on.
here.
Me too.
Thanks for
I've been
helping
great.
us.
What a fun show.
You're so cute.
Isn't she adorable? She's the cutest thing ever.
We might need a selfie.
Oh, what a fun
Well,
show.
I mean,
Look,
come
we
on, you
start
got
with the
presents. Everyone's got, the
Thank
potential to
you.
have a really big ass right now.
Thanks for my booty pop.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm going to
And
put a little blue in my eyes, make you happy.
I know, and
What
and
should I do? Anything? The booty pop?
You're
Ooh.
perfect.
Thank you.
And with that, we say goodbye, everyone.
Bye and shut up. Thanks for being
Shut
here,
up,
everybody.
everyone.
See you next week.
Show your
Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's UBNradio.com.